Welcome to Tita Talks. My name is Sonia Tita Popolo, and I'm your host. It is a great privilege and pleasure to introduce you to Kathy Sledge, an American singer, songwriter, and producer. Kathy is a living legend, and most of you may know her as the founding member and lead singer of her family vocal group, Sister Sledge, that she started with her sisters. We all know their world famous song, We Are Family, as it is a global anthem for togetherness and family unity, and seems more relevant now than 41 years ago when originally released in April of 1979. Today we will learn why as we're talking about the healing power of music, a self-care tool for you. Welcome to Tita Talks, Kathy. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm fine. I'm hunkered down and locked in and secure. And I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, what do your days look like at this time during quarantine? And what do you love most about being at home with your husband, Philip, your daughter, Kristen, Gabrielle, and your son,
Yeah.
Philip?
Yes, Philip, Kristen, Gabrielle, my husband, Philip. We have found a way to really weather the storm, no pun intended. We are blessed that we are all together. My daughter was actually moving from LA back to the East Coast. I'm on the East Coast right now. And it's interesting because basically they all just came in. I called them up. I was like, guys, if you can get home. And they made it just in time because actually we were cutting it close. Right by the time my son came back and my daughter came back, it was mandatory lockdown. So I'm blessed they're here, and we have a schedule. And what I mean by that is my son is a fitness trainer, and my daughter is trained in bar and yoga, and my son's a nutritionist. So I kind of feel like I'm on like a wellness spa thing. So it's good, and we have been managing. We do know it's pretty much very scary what's going on, and so we listen to the news, but then at the same time, I might play praise music all day or
Right.
jazz music all day, and it helps. It really does help to balance out how we are dealing with this.
Right. Well, this year you had not only an entire European tour planned, but had
Yeah,
festivals and shows booked in the Far East and have been performing in the United States.
it
How
did.
has COVID-19 affected your work and creative process?
Well, I had been watching this whole thing while it was going on in China as far back as December, January, because I did have some touring to do in Indonesia, other countries near where it all started. So I really was keeping a check on it. And of course, like anyone else and all the other artists, we had to postpone our concerts. And they're actually saying maybe late 2021 is the first time they're thinking of festivals. And I would imagine festivals, there's a
Wow.
huge impact on festivals because, huge crowds of people. So we'll see what happens.
Well, I've been loving your social media and I've been watching you perform on Instagram. What inspired you to do this?
Well, I think like all artists, you like yourself, we all want to give back. And I thought the gift of song is what I can give. And I really thought it out. And I would have different friends and fans and different friends on my Facebook. They started inboxing me, and I said, I think I'm going to do songs of comfort. So people started sending me requests because I thought right now, especially people who are weathering the storm alone and quarantining alone, I thought, wouldn't it be good to just send messages of comfort through music? And that's what I've been doing. And it's really been well received. It's very special because I didn't want to, I didn't want to be like, oh, wow, I have a captive audience. Let me do my songs. It was more like, what can you give? And what I'm loving most is it's real and it's being received exactly how I feel like I'm giving it because you feel like there's so much more you can do, but
Hmm.
there's not much more you can do. So I thought music is the gift.
How do
And
you feel music can heal?
oh my gosh, it can heal, it can bring you joy, it can embrace you lyrically, musically. I think it can take you places. You know, right now we can't really go too far outside our door, but music can have you travel anywhere you want to go in your mind.
Yeah.
And especially, you know, sometimes I'll do spiritual songs on a Sunday. And then sometimes, you know, I think the first song I sang, my daughter helps me with all these ideas. And she said, you should do Say a Little Prayer. And that was one of the first songs. And because it was real. I mean, we really do, don't we? We pray every day about what's going on. And I thought, what a prayer song. So that's how I think it's healing. I feel the healing.
That's amazing. Me too. I'm so inspired by your music. I love it. It's uplifting, it's joyful, it's happy.
Yeah.
What about the words and rhythm in We Are Family can
Ah, we're
heal
family.
during this COVID-19 time?
Yeah, you know, I've been really treating Weird Family really special. You know, we all actually just lost. Well, we didn't just lose, but his life was celebrated yesterday. The co-songwriter of Weird Family, Bernard Edwards, passed several years ago,
Mm.
yesterday, April the 18th. And so now I'm thinking of doing something really special. Mal Rogers, who wrote We Are Family with him, is a genius and a great guy. And so I think, you know, all these families are all together right now. So this time with We Are Family, when I do perform it, I know it'll be for a cause that we will raise some money. You know, we'll do some fundraising, especially for the healthcare workers who are, as we know, on the front line. Um, that is a special song, and we have all these families together now. Sometimes, you know, I know this is a terrible thing that's going on with COVID-19, but then
Mm.
there's this reset going on too. You see families together and spending time and embracing each other and really pulling in and coming close, and that's what Weird Family is about. So definitely you'll be hearing something. You know, there's a song "Thinking of You" that has been really, you know, been taking off, and I'm sure you've heard of Club Quarantine with D
Oh,
Nice.
yes. Yep, yep.
Yeah, and I've been getting the most warm embrace from fans, and I call him family. And every, you know, he has been pulling the world together. The DJ D Nice,
Yeah.
everyone's coming together, and just it's like we're all in the same room. And it can be from Holly Berry, who I'm a huge fan of Holly Berry, to Michelle Obama, to Biden, you know, to Mariah Carey. And then more importantly, just so many people filling that room with love. And you feel it. And Thinking of You has become the theme song. And so that's like, wow, that's incredible. So that's very
Thinking
special.
thinking of you is one of my favorite too. I love
It's fun too.
this.
It's my
Absolutely.
favorite song to sing ever. It really is. Yeah.
It is so beautiful. I love the lyrics. I love it.
Yeah, beautiful lyrics.
So our philosophy is that true self-care relies on utilizing all the four pillars of a healthy life,
Yeah.
and that is exercise, nutrition, rest, healing, mindfulness, meditation. And this is our formula for health, happiness, and longevity.
Yeah.
What is your wellness routine? I know
Well,
with
you know, I've always been one to really watch my family, actually, our immune system. And this, of course, is something that attacks the immune system. So, whole foods, lots of whole foods. My husband juices every day. He juices everything from ginger to carrot juice to kale juice. And so, we juice a lot. My son is a nutritionist. So, but what I've learned from all of this is it's right at your fingertips, really, if you just know to try to go as whole foods as you can. Of course, we all know simple things like bananas, the riper they are, the more alkaline they are. So we like to just let them get really ripe to the point of you don't want to eat that, but we freeze them and then, you know, put them in separate bags and toss them in the blender. And then you can make these amazing smoothies in the morning with really strong alkaline shakes. Things like that. We do wheatgrass shots. My husband actually grows the wheatgrass and we have a little wheatgrass juicer. But all of these things you can find and get online, or if you're lucky and blessed enough, the Whole Foods market. You know, if you are near a Whole Foods, you can actually go and get an ounce of wheatgrass. They say that wheatgrass is the purest form of chlorophyll, and it's like having at least 8 servings of greens. But anyway, that's what we do. We stay very healthy with whole foods.
And what self-care tools do you use on a daily basis? Do you have
Uh,
any specific tips that you could share with our viewers today?
Loads of water, vitamin D, which is outside, So I think it is important to try to get outside and take a walk, or in my case, sometimes just the sunshine alone is the best vitamin D you can get. So I'm looking forward to the warmer weather. Lots of water. They say whatever your body weight is, you should have half that in ounces. So if you weigh 140 pounds, you should have at least 70 ounces of water. And that sounds like a lot, but it's not. You just carry your water bottle around, drink it. So loads of water. Water to me is a fountain of youth. And I think sunshine. It's, what? When you think about it, all the things that God has intended for us is what we're supposed to have. And
Absolutely.
yeah, that's a healing in itself. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, as relates to shows being postponed and theaters temporarily being closed,
Yeah.
what advice can you offer other artists out there?
I think the advice I would give to artists and beyond is,
Yeah.
I feel like God is pressing the reset button, spiritually speaking. I do. I feel like, not for the awful things that's going on out there, because I don't think he brings the awful stuff, but I think he can heal. And I think that he can bring you to understand. You may not understand what's going on, but you can take this time to reset yourself. And, like we actually have an erase board downstairs that my son put up yesterday, and he's like, we're going to have a regimented schedule now. And on the top of it, instead of saying, because we're on our 32nd day of quarantine, instead of saying 32 days, I wrote on the board 32 days of change. So what it
Awesome.
really, the message is, and my daughter actually was very helpful in this idea, is you have a time. You can take this time to, when this is over, when you come out on the other side, what have you done to make yourself to another level of where you want to be? Is it like write that book you've been talking about forever, or drop a couple of pounds? Yeah, we are comforting, like we are quarantining, and we have to have some comfort food. I know that. But yeah, I have this theory that is, we all know the 80-20 theory. Like, you can have 80% of what's good for you, so go ahead and have the 20% of the ice cream and the popcorn, because you have to. But that's what we do. We keep a schedule, because you can very easily lose a schedule. And the first couple of weeks we really didn't. We kind of all did our own thing, but then we realized, I want to know that there's a class at 12 o'clock that I have to go to, and my son will give a class. And you can do that for yourself. When you're quarantining alone, I would literally just get a big bulletin board or something and just write the schedule, as if. And there are lots of online classes. 12 o'clock, I got to do my yoga class. And 4 o'clock, I'm actually going to take some time out and read, or keep yourself on a schedule, and it keeps you pretty much, I think, tuned in to not go crazy. You can't go
And
crazy.
I know. No, I also I would like to know. You're going to share a song with us. What song are you going to share with us today that would be awesome?
I think hands down it would be Say a Little Prayer, because
Okay.
that has been received so well, and then Thinking of You as well has been received so well. And I think both of them bring a sense of comfort and joy. So I think Say a Little Prayer. I think I'll send that.
Okay.
That's what we'll do today.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Kathy, for joining us.
Oh,
And
thank you, Tina.
I appreciate that you're sharing the and us talking about the healing power of music, because like we
Yeah.
both know, we know that music does have the power to heal, and your
Yes.
music is definitely healing. Thank you. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Love you. Stay
Love
safe.
you. You too.
I couldn't think of a better song to sing right now because it's really true. I really do say a special prayer. The moment of the I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you. While combing my hair now and wondering what sweats to wear now, I say a little prayer for you. Forever and ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever. We never will part. How I love you together, together. That's how it must be. To live without you would only mean heartbreak for me. I run for the bus, dear. While riding, I think of us, dear. I say a little prayer for you. All day I just take time, and all through my coffee break time, I say a little prayer for you. Forever and ever, you stay in my heart, and I will love you forever and ever, and never will part. But how I love you together, together. That's how it must be. To live without you would only mean heartbreak for me. My darling, believe me. For me, there is no one but you. Please say it's true. Answer my prayer, baby. Say you love me too. Answer my prayer, baby. Say you love me too. We're gonna get through. Yeah. Answer my prayer. All right, so we know we're all members of the club Quarantine, and D-Nice has been playing this like every day. So this is for all you guys. I love you, D-Nice. We all do. And this song is special because the words are so true. If you know it, sing along with me. All right. This is the up close and personal version of Thinking of You. Everybody, let me tell you about my love brought to you by an angel from above, fully equipped with a lifetime guarantee. Once you try it, I am sure that you'll see. 'Cause without love, there's no reason to live without you. Oh, when I do the love I give, all my loving to you from the beginning. And I promise this I'll do as long as I'm living. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. That makes me love you. Now I'm living in ecstasy. Hey, it's you and the things you do to me. That makes me love you. Now I'm living in ecstasy. All the time, he makes me glad that I'm alive. Together, we'll survive. What do you think brought the sun out today? It's mine, baby. Oh, help me sing. 'Cause without love, there's no reason to live without you. Oh, when I do the love I give, all my loving to you from the beginning. And I promise this I'll do as long as I'm living. I'm thinking of you and the things you do to me. That makes me love you. Now I'm living in ecstasy. Hey, it's you and the things you do to me. That makes me love you. Now I'm living in ecstasy. It's you and the things you do to me. That makes me love you. Now I'm living in yeah, and the things you do.